Welcome back. All right, so before I do the review for the Washington New Jersey game that I watched about half of before we went to the Abbotsford game, I need to talk about the Abbotsford game. Now, normally when we go to an AHL game, I don't really do like a recap of it or anything like that. Now, I did get some decals tonight that I'm going to turn into magnets, but so that I can do, talks about little, things going on with the Canucks and whatnot. But all of the talk right now is about Vasily Podkolzin. So Podkolzin was doing quite well for the Abbotsford Canucks. And tonight I thought he had a good game. He had some good chances. He didn't end up with a goal in the game tonight, but he played well, and the Canucks won the game. But what really brought the mood down in the arena, and it went from pretty good lively crowd. They were up 5-2 to just silent. Vasily Podkolzin took a pretty scary hit from Keaton Middleton of the Colorado Eagles. And, I mean, Middleton's a big dude, and Podkolzin hit the boards and hit the ice pretty hard. It was right in front of my section. So I was 3 rows away from where it happened, and he was down on the ice. It looked bad. Like it was pretty scary bad, to be honest. I hope he's okay. They stretchered him off. It took a while for them to get him on the stretcher. His eyes were open. He was looking around. I don't think he was aware of where he was. He was trying to get up. I don't think he knew where he was. Just that look when somebody's really badly dazed. So at this point, Podkolzin, who was putting together a decent year for the Abbotsford Canucks, and I think would have been one of the first call-ups for Vancouver. I hope it wasn't as bad as it looked. I hope he's not going to miss much time, but it really shook up the building, and it brought my mood down right away. Like it was bad. I've never booed a player before. I've never, when I'm in the arena, booed a player before. I booed Middleton. They had put him in the box, and I was like, he's got to go. He's got to go. That's a no. He's out of here. That has to be it. They called it 5 minutes for interference, but I don't know. Could have been interference, cross-checking, boarding, whatever you'd like. But it was a scary hit, and once the camera in the building realized how scary it was, they panned away from it. But it really brought the mood down, and it's that kind of stuff we don't need in hockey. And I hope Podkolzin's all right. I would imagine he's been taken to the hospital. Being taken on a stretcher like that with a head injury like that, I'm imagining that's automatic. And just saying imagining because I know that they have their own facilities and the Canucks would have their own apparatus for all of that. But I would think that he would get taken to the hospital right away. If there's a good thing that with the city of Abbotsford, the hospital is not far from the arena. So in that event, he would be at the hospital very, very quickly. And all the best to him. Again, Abbotsford won the game. It was a good win. I thought Silovs played really well. He had the only assist on a goal in the second period, and what was really nice was that he caught Colorado on a line change and 2-line pass right up the middle, and it was a great pass. It was a nice assist, and he was the only one that got an assist. There was no secondary assist, so Silovs had a good game. It was Home that was in the net for Colorado. He had one goal that was kind of not great. But hey, outside of that, it was an entertaining game. It's just at the end, you don't want to see that. You just don't want to see it. So at any rate, I wanted to do a video on this first because I know Canuck fans are going to say, hey, you were at the Abbotsford game, because I did the post earlier, how's Podkolzin? I haven't seen anything. I did double check to see if there's any update on his condition. I haven't seen anything yet. Hopefully it's not as bad as it looked. I'll put it that way. It looked really bad. Again, for Middleton, he did get thrown out of the game. He did get 5 and 10. So the game misconduct to go with the 5 minutes for interference, but scary stuff, and So that overshadowed the rest of the game. So if you're at the Abbotsford game, let me know what you thought of it. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Again, I wanted to do this video before I do the recap of the Washington, New Jersey game, because I kind of needed to talk through this a little bit before I can basically move my mind around to talk about NHL stuff and try to get upbeat again. Yeah, like I said, I've never booed a player before. It's never happened, and tonight I did. Absolutely full-throated yelling it. Just no, that's not something we want to see in the game. So, and it was bad enough too that both the Colorado and Abbotsford benches emptied to make sure when he was being stretchered off that he was okay, and I saw the players on each team talking to one another. So there wasn't any kind of brawl that came out of that. There wasn't any ugliness after once Middleton had been thrown out of the game. And it was a 5-minute major, but you could tell they were just trying to, hurry things up and get the game done with. So it had been kind of a chippy game up until then, but that took it out of it. So at any rate, thank you guys so much for all your support. It was still enjoyable to go out to an Abbotsford game. It's a shame that it ended on a down note like that. But thank you guys so much for all your support. As always, I will be going to, I think it's like 6 more of the Abbotsford games this year. And I will do reports sort of like this on the games. And usually, I would think they'll be a lot more upbeat and happy. But tonight, not so much. I'll say this, Amon looked good. Hirose, I thought, looked pretty good. And Jet Wu showed a little bit of fight tonight, too. So, there's reasons to look at the... And I have to say this, too. Ratu had a couple of helpers. And it really impressed me that I think the Abbotsford Canucks have a pretty good team. So, hopefully with Podkolzin out, somebody can jump in, because Podkolzin was playing really, really well. But anyways, yeah, thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.